We'll make our way to a comfortable seat. And just close your eyes over. Option here, if you enjoy Nadi Shodhana, feel free to take Nadi Shodhana. Otherwise, just deepening our breath. Beginning to shift our attention from the outer world to the inner world. To our mind's eye. Our mind's eye, I like to think of it as in the center of our forehead, in between our eyes. It's often referred to as the third eye. Bring your hands to heart center. And set an intention for today's class. Today's class will look at sacrifice. We often find in life we want to do it all. We want the next best, fill in the blank. We want to achieve whatever that is. And today we're going to look at how, in order to achieve or grow in one area of our life, we must learn to let go and sacrifice other areas. Exhale, lower your head to your hands. Inhale, rising back up. And we'll just begin in a little cat-cow. So bring your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Inhale, lifting the chest forward. Lowering the belly, lifting that tailbone. Shine that heart forward. Exhale, soften that stomach and press the earth away. And just begin to move at your own pace, your own body. Waking it up. And noticing your breath. Exhale back to tabletop. We'll thread our needle. So bring our right hand under our left. Shoulder goes all the way to the floor, head on the floor. And just rest here for a moment. Exhale, pressing back up, and we'll swap sides. Left arm comes under right. And pressing back up. Just continue this with your own breath. Option when you're on the floor, so bring the opposite arm to the outer edge of the opposite hip, creating a kind of bind and just opening up that heart space a little more to that side of the room. And just a few more. Starting to wake up the body. Get back in tabletop. We're going to exhale, shift our left back, left leg back, sorry. Active foot as if we're pressing into something. Point the toes, bend the knees, inhale. Bring the knee all the way into the elbow and back out. And continue that with your own breath, really focusing on when you bring that knee in and up to the elbow. Maybe it gets to the upper arm. You press the earth away, find a tighter squeeze. And you wake up our core. Meet back with the leg extended out. We're going to tuck the toe that's on the ground. Walk the hand a little bit in front of the shoulders, and lift the hips into a three-legged down dog. Wrapping the thighs towards one another, toes pointing towards the ground. Bend that knee, open that back hip. Press the earth away. Inhale, bring that knee all the way into the upper arm again and press back out. Finding some tiger curls. So continue those with your breath. Just waking up the body. And just one more of those. Meet me with your knee in your elbow. And we'll plant that left foot on the inside of the left hand. Lower that back leg. Extend the arms up. Anjaneyasana. Crescent lunge. Plant the tops of the back foot down. And really press into all four corners of that front foot. Inhale, extending up. And exhale, sinking a little further into that hip. Option hands come behind at the base of your back. And extend further down your back, opening up your heart space. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Right hand connects to the earth. Lift that back leg. I'm going to rotate open to the right side of, so the left side of the room. Stacking those shoulder blades on top of one another. Finding that straight spine from our sacrum all the way to the crown of our head. Lifting that back leg and finding a little deeper twist with each exhale. Exhale, hand comes to the ground, knee comes to the ground. I'm going to bring that front knee back to meet the right one. Extend both knees wide on the mat. We'll sit back into Blasphemy, child's pose. Head might not come to the earth. That's perfect. You meet yourself where you're at. Working to get our sitting bones to our heels. And now forehead to the ground. Breathe into any of those muscles really clinging on. Can you find a little bit more give? Inhale, rising back up, finding our tabletop again. This time extending the right leg behind us. Inhale, tapping that right elbow and exhale straight back out. Finding your tiger curl. Waking up the fire in our belly. Just stirring a little bit more heat for the morning. Don't worry, there won't be too much heat today. Really squeeze into that elbow. And just one more. Meet me with your elbow, your knee and your elbow, and plant. No, that's not what we're doing. Extend that right leg back out. Walk the hands forward a little bit. Apologies. Tuck that toe that's on the ground or lift up into our three-legged down dog. Option here. Bend that extended leg. Open up the hip. And press the other way. Find a little further lift. Inhale, bring that knee all the way in to tap your elbow. And back out. And we find our tiger curls again. Move at your own pace. That back toe, as you come in, you'll probably come onto the tips of the toes. And that's fine. Just find a fluid movement. Two more. And then you meet me with that knee and that elbow. And we plant that right foot next to the right hand. Drop that back leg. Lift the arms up. Inhale. Tadasana. Crescent lunge. Planting the feet down, finding stability. Inhale, lift the upper body a little higher. Exhale, sinking just a little lower into that hip. Option to take your hands at the base of your back and extend them further down, finding that heart opener. Exhale, hands come down to frame. That front foot, we lift that back leg. Rotate the right hand to the sky. Left hand is planted. Rotated Anjaneyasana. Find that straight spine. Really reach to the sky. Lift that back leg. Exhale, bringing that hand down. We're going to bring that right foot back to meet the left foot. And we find our first fall down the dog. Pedal the feet out. Extend those hips to the sky. Making that beautiful triangle shape with our body. Engage the core. And I want you to try something here. Bend your knees like real far down. Almost trying to get our stomach to our side. And then we're going to lift the hips. Keep the knees bent, lift the hips. Press the earth away. And now we begin to straighten our legs. And so what we find here is the more bend we give our legs, the higher our hips can reach. And potentially, we won't be able to straighten them as much. Whereas the straighter our legs are, the lower our hips may be. So We find that give and take as we begin to explore sacrifice. Would you rather those hips be high and get a little more out of the posture? Or are we working to extend the legs and straighten the hamstrings? Inhale, look to your hands, bend your knees. We're going to step one foot up and then the other all the way to the front of the mat. Exhale, first forward fold, Uttanasana. And so here, same thing. Let's go ahead and bend our knees all the way till our stomach is resting on our thighs. Bring your arms under and behind your legs. And just rest here for a moment. And just slowly begin to straighten your legs. You'll notice if you don't have those very open hamstrings, as you straighten your legs, your stomach will come off your thighs. And so where are we willing to sacrifice? Well, I'm going to sacrifice the straight legs today and sit with my stomach on my thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Open up that chest space. Roll the shoulder blades down, away from the ears. Find those straight legs and flat back. And again, here, if you want that flatter back, those straighter legs, maybe you need to lift up a little and sacrifice that height. See how it feels. Maybe it does feel better to sit a little higher today. Exhale, forward folding again. Bend the knees as much as you need. And this time just rocking back and forth, side to side. Exhale, straighten the legs and we'll slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. Nice and slow. Lifting the thigh bones. Inhale, arms rise all the way up. And exhale back to heart center. Close the eyes over here. Take a moment to find your breath. If Ujjayi, the Ujjayi breath, the warrior breath, if that's something you're familiar with and comfortable, I implore you to take that option and start to listen with your ears to the sound of your breath. Finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are pressing down into the earth, hip width distance apart. Lift those thigh bones, tuck that navel to the spine. As you breathe in, feel your ribs expand. Roll the shoulders up close to the ears and then back and down. Really pull them down. If I stood behind you, I could pull down your shoulders. And keep them, keeping your throat nice and open. Your heart space clear. And shine through the top of the head. Perhaps you're not completely still. Find what you need today. Exhale, lower the hands, lower the head, open the eyes. And inhale, raising the arms up. Drishti, or your eye gaze, follows the hands. And exhale, forward folding, all the way down. Find the bend in your knees, whatever you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees, planting the hands down, and we'll step back into our high plank. No rush today. Let's just stay here for a moment. Have a look at your hands, working to get the creases of our wrists parallel to the top of the mat. press the earth away. Engage the core, lift the legs. Inhale, shift the weight forward. And exhale, lower down for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Untuck those toes. Magnetize the elbows together. Inhale, cobra pose, opening up that heart space to the front of the room. Extend the legs back. Shoulder blades are coming down. Really opening up that throat. Option for up dog. Pressing up. Lifting the thighs off the ground. Exhale, all knee in down dog. Take a moment here. Finding your breath. Bend the knees, lift those hips high. Slowly straighten the legs. If that's what your body wants for today. Inhale, look to the hands. We're going to step forward with the other foot first, and the other will come to meet it, forward fold. Nice and gentle movements with ourselves today. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Working to really drop the head in your forward fold. And the crown of your head be facing the earth. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Lift those thigh bones. Arms rise up. And just hold here for a moment. Now, sun salutations, we're paying homage to the sun. Thanking it for all it does. The life it brings. Exhale, hands into heart center. Engage the core. Find your mountain pose. Close your eyes over. Exhale, release the hand mudra. Open the eyes. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Open that chest space. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands down. Stepping all the way back to your high plank. Engage the core. Option here, lower the legs, if that's what your body's calling for today. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower down for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Untuck those legs. Shine the heart space forward. Magnetize the elbows. Lower the shoulder blades away from the ears. And extend the feet behind you. Cobra. Exhale, pressing all the way up to that down dog. Just pedal the feet out here. And bend the knees, look to the hands. We're going to step to the top of the mat. So in our forward fold, big toes come together, heels slightly apart. Knees are just ever so slightly apart. I could slip a piece of paper between them. Bend your legs, extend the arms behind you. Inhale, scrape the mat, arms rise up. Exhale, sit down a little further. Tadasana, chair pose. And here comes our sacrifice. If you'd like, you sit up a little higher and you find the lift in your upper body. If we choose, we can sit a little further down. And so what we want to not sacrifice here is the knees going over the feet, the toes. We want to be able to see our toes. Exhale, forward fold. And so we choose to either find a stronger lift or a stronger seat. Exhale, bring the knees behind us, bend the knees. Bring the hands behind us, sorry. Inhale, scrape the mat, arms rise up. Exhale, sink a little deeper. And so find your own Tadasana here. You sink a little deeper, maybe you're losing the lift in your upper back. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, toes come together. And see, maybe try the other way. If you are lifting a little higher, see if you can sink a little deeper. Bend the knees, arms extend. Inhale, arms rise up. Tuck that tailbone, navel to spine. Feel the burn. It's your body waking up. Hands can come to heart center. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, and step back into our into our down dog. And take a few breaths here. Feet come together at the back of the mat. Left leg rises to the sky. Open the hip again, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, bring the knee in. I'm going to plant that left foot. We're going to rotate that back foot, setting up for warrior two. So the outer edge of the back foot, parallel to the back of the mat. Find a 90-degree angle in the front foot. When you're ready, rotate up. Warrior two. Finding strength in your pose here. And we find that same element of sacrifice come up. You can straighten that front leg for a moment. You'll find in warrior two, if you deepen that front leg, you're going to get a bigger hip opener, but you will burn. So option to straighten a little more and find what feels good for you today. Shoulders roll up, down and back, extending the hands to the front and back. Feel that one line of energy. And see if you want to sink a little deeper into that front leg. We're going to flip that front palm. Find reverse warrior. Bring that back onto your outer leg, the back leg. And the left arm's just extending above us. Breathe into the left rib. Exhale. Back to center, straighten that front leg. We'll find our triangle, shift the hips back. Left arm comes to the ground or to your shin. And right arm extends to the sky. Really reach for the sky. Exhale, straight back up. Bend that front leg. Left forearm comes to the left thigh, palm facing up. Right arm extends overhead, side angle pose. Option here to bring that left arm to the ground. And exhale, straight back up. You're going to rotate that front leg so it's parallel to the front of the mat. Find Tadasana, wide-legged forward fold. And so here, working to get our hips in line with our heels, we'll often find, I'll turn this way for you, often find that our hips will kind of sink back. So can we bring them a little further forward? Toes are slightly inverted. You might find the weight start to shift into the toes. That's perfectly fine. Engage the core. Start to bring the head a little closer to the ground. Arms can start to walk, fingers pointing towards where you're looking, behind you, and they're walking under your legs. Inhale, bring that left hand to the ground in front of you. Right hand will come to your lower back, and we're going to open, rotating the chest open to the right side. Exhale, swapping hands. Right hand to the ground and left arm to your sacrum, opening up to the left side. Exhale, releasing all the way forward. And we're going to come to back to frame that front foot. Drop that back knee. Inhale, arms rise up, Untitled. Option here, hands come to heart center. I'm going to turn around for you. Hands come to heart center. Option for rotated Untitled. Sorry, I've lost my words today. So your outer right arm comes to your thigh. Hands at heart center. Option to turn your left hand into a fist and just really use it to peel open. Press the other hand away and open that chest space up to the left side. Find your twist. Exhale back to center. We're going to walk that front foot out a little bit. So now it's on the outer edge of your left hand, moving into lizard lunge. So open that chest space to the front and find the stretch in your back, hip. Option to begin to lower your arms to the ground if you're there. Exhale, lifting up. And we're just going to shift our weight back, tuck that back toe, straighten that leg. And so if you can, you sit on that back leg. Otherwise, you can stay up and forward fold, opening up that left hamstring. Exhale, shifting weight forward again, bend the knee. Lift that back leg. Bring the left leg back to meet the right. We're back in down dog. Your feet come together at the back of the mat. Right leg rises to the side. Open the hip. Bend that knee. Open the hip. Inhale. Bring that elbow all the way, the knee all the way into the elbow. And plant that front foot on the inside of your right hand. Rotate the back foot, setting up for warrior two. So it's parallel to the back of the mat. Find the 90-degree angle on the front leg. Arms windmill up and out, warrior two. Lower the shoulder blades away from the ear. Extend the hands. Really press into all four corners of the front foot and the nice edge of that back foot. Engage the belly. Lift that front palm. Reverse your warrior. Imagining two walls on either side of you. So you find a nice flat body. Exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Moving into triangle, beginning to shift the hips to the left, lowering your body to the ground. Right hand to the ground or to the shin or to the thigh, wherever it is you meet yourself. Finding that triangle pose. Begin to open the chest up a little bit more to the left side, and you'll feel the skin start to stretch along the left hip. Perfect. Keep that back leg engaged. Extend that left arm to the sky. Exhale, pressing back up. Bend the front leg. Moving into Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Right arm comes to right thigh, left arm sends overhead. Breathing into the left rib. Making space. Option to bring the right hand to the ground. And exhale, left hand comes to the ground. Rotate that back foot and walk the right foot out a little. So now from the outer edge of your right hand, drop the back leg, lizard lunge. Open up the chest base to the front of the room. An option here, if you'd like to bring the forearms to the ground. If we were in a studio, I'd give you a few blocks to rest on, but not today. Exhale, pressing back up. Walk that front foot in a little. Arms rise up, Anjaneyasana. I'm going to turn around for you. Hands come to heart center. And we're going to rotate our Anjaneyasana. Bringing your left arm to your right thigh. And peeling open the chest. Really plant that back foot. Close the eyes over if you'd like. Find a deeper twist. And exhale, release. Hands come down and we're going to straighten that front leg. Option again to sit on that back heel. If it's not too much pressure on your foot, just find your forward fold. If this is not comfortable for you, you just stay up, straighten that front leg and find your forward fold. Waking up the hamstring. Exhale, bending back into that front leg, lifting the back leg, finding your down dog. Okay. Moving here. We're going to lower the knees all the way to the ground. Bring the hands down to the ground. So our forearms are parallel to one another. They are shoulder width distance apart. We're going to move into dolphin. So we want our hands really planted on the ground. We want to bring the elbows just a little bit further in than our shoulders and then roll them out. You'll find that you've got like a bit of skin on your arms. It allows them to kind of roll in and out. So I want them to kind of be locked in place. So by moving them all the way in a little and then rolling them out so they are now shoulder width distance apart, there's no room for them to move further out. They could move in, but not out. Perfect. And so in dolphin, we're working to get our ears in line with our biceps or our triceps, so in line with our upper arms. So bringing, just for a moment, bring the head, the forehead in between the elbows and the arms on the outer edges of your ears. And so as we lift up, the head will probably not stay attached to the ground, that's okay. And tuck the toes, lift the hips up. We've got the slippery mat today. Bring the navel to spine and find a little extra lift. And just hold here for a moment. And when you're ready, if you can walk a little further in, you do that. But not at the expense of sacrificing the position of the head. And exhale, lower the knees. Sitting back on the heels. Extend the hands, forehead to ground, Blasphemy, child's pose. And we'll go again. So bring your hips forward. Set up the arms for dolphin. Rolling that skin out. Bring the belly to the spine. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. Really press the earth away. See if you can shift your upper body further back so your ears are really in line with your arms. Hold here. And exhale, lowering the knees. Tadasana. Exhale, lifting all the way up. And we're just going to find a small twist here. Sitting on our heels. Bringing the right arm behind us. Actually, let's just find a comfortable seat with our legs crossed. Right arm behind us, left arm comes to the outer edge of the left thigh. Close the eyes over. Feel the twist move from your upper body, from the crown of your head down to the base of your stomach. And exhale, we'll fold over to the left side. And lifting back up, left arm comes behind us, to the center behind us, right arm to the outer edge of the right thigh, opening up the chest space to the left. Another option to close those eyes over. And so you find that duality with most of our poses. In order to reach one part of the pose, we might have to let go of another. And we play this balancing game. Exhale. Excuse me, folding over to the right side. And that balance game, I think, is something that comes up a lot off the mat. And exhale, straight back up. We're going to bring our knees, our feet in front of us. Moving into boat pose or Navasana. The toes will tap on the ground, extend the arms in front of us, bring the feet up, not touching. Oh yeah, let's make them touch, whatever you like. Toes, option point them, keep them flat, just as long as those shins are parallel to the ground. Open the chest space up, roll the shoulders back, and let's just sit here for a moment. And so here, same thing, as we extend lower, we might have to sacrifice the open chest, which is not ideal. As we reach higher, we're sacrificing the work in our abs. Exhale, we're going to lower one toe to the ground and lift it back up to meet the other. We continue that opposite foot, back up to meet. And just start to move the feet. Toe taps, nice and gentle. Navel to spine. Find your breath. Lift a little higher. Top of the crown of the head, there's a string in your head. I'm pulling it up and a little back, opening up the chest space. And both feet to the ground. Up, rocking up, bringing the knees into our chest. And just giving ourselves a nice little hug. Beautiful. Extend the legs in front of us. We're going to lower all the way down. I'm going to move into wheel. So, sorry about that, just checking the time. Feet come close to your sitting bones. We'll scrape the edge of our heels with the tip of our finger. Feet are hip width distance apart, as are the knees. Navel to spine. Tuck the tailbone. Navel to spine. Just lift the hips up off the ground. Option to bring the hands interlaced at the base of your spine underneath you. Roll your shoulder blades under a little more. Incline to deeper lift. Pressing your knees towards your face. Opening up the heart space and exhale, lower down for 3, 2, 1. And release. Take a moment. On now, bring your knees into your chest. And see if you can bring them just a little closer. Now, I have a sore back this morning, so I'm not going to do another bridge, but I would love if you can to bring your feet back to the ground, scrape the heels with the tops of your fingers, set up your shoulder blades, roll them under a little bit, bring your arms, elbows nice and close to your ribs. Options to extend the fingers towards the sky, tuck the tailbone, and now lift the hips. option to interlace those hands at the base of your spine and press those knees towards your face. If I was there, I can press your knees towards you, opening up the chest a little deeper. And exhale, lowering down. And rest you for a moment. And bring the knees into your chest. You might find your hip flexors, so the little points where you're folding on your hips, might be a little tight. See if you can squeeze your knees in just a little more and breathe into that space. Let those muscles let go. We're going to rock. Let the legs go. We're going to rock up, straight up. And we're going to find our one-legged forward fold, bringing our right foot into our upper inner thigh, arms extend above us, and exhale, forward fold. And here we find that same sacrifice again. If I want to get my nose to my knee, do I round my back? No, we aim to keep that flat back, and so we sacrifice the depth of our fold. The hamstrings are quite tight this morning. Close the eyes over. And just take a moment to think about life off the mat. Is there something maybe we need to give a little in order to receive? Exhale, release that leg, swapping sides. Right leg extends, left leg to the inner upper thigh, arms reach up, and exhale, folding forward. Close the eyes over. And exhale, release that leg. Actually, release both legs. And we're just going to rotate the feet. The ankles. Exhaling, releasing all the way down to the ground. I'm just going to find a happy baby. Bring your knees into your shoulders, feet extending to the sky. And just rock back and forth, side to side, massaging that lower back. Close the eyes over. And find a stillness. And exhale, release the legs to the ground as we move into Shavasana. Arms either side of you, palms facing up. Roll those shoulder blades under just a little to open the chest space. Inhaling light, love, peace. And exhaling, sinking a little deeper into the earth, letting those muscles We just slowly begin to deepen our breath. And keeping your eyes closed, we'll make our way to a comfortable seat. Hands come to heart center. And just take a moment to revisit that intention that you set at the beginning of class. You'll find there'll be things that come up in yoga that perhaps you weren't expecting. And perhaps they'll come up throughout the week. And just remember, you always have yourself to come back to. Thank you for sharing your practice with each other and with me today. Namaste.